Hey y'all, it's Jackie again with J2E Arts. Today this video is going to be going over a little bit more complex process for making a lino-cut print. Today I'm going to be showing you how I do a gel medium transfer of my drawing onto the lino cut, and then we'll go into the process video of me cutting and printing it with my small school press that I have. So I'm super excited to do this. This is actually going to be the first time that I'm doing a gel medium transfer, and I'll go over all of the things that I had to get in order to do this type of transfer and why I'm choosing this way to put my draft onto the block. So this is the mock-up drawing of the print that I'm doing. This one is really special to me. I spent a lot of time drawing this up, and so I'm super excited to see how it's going to look with this gel transfer. I have a lot of fine details in here, and so because of these fine details, this type of transfer that I'm doing onto my lino block is going to be great to make sure that I register all of these little details onto my block so that when I carve it, I have a really good thing to go off of, stencil to go off of. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how this goes for me. Like I said, this is gonna be my first time doing it, so there might be some hiccups, but I'm here for the ride and hope you all are too. Let's get into it. Alright, so you're probably thinking, what is a gel medium transfer? Why do I care? What's important about it? So this transfer is something that I looked up recently. For the longest time, I was using graphite paper to transfer my designs onto my blocks, but recently I've been trying to get a little bit more detailed, a little bit more complex with my process, and so I needed to look up a better way to do a transfer onto a linoleum block, because with these tiny details on here, the graphite transfer was just not going to work. It was just going to smudge and just be a hot mess. So I found this gel transfer. So what you need is you need a laser printer, you need label paper. So I just got these big, this is a whole label, this one sheet. So you're going to peel the label off, and you're actually going to use this paper that the label is stuck onto. And then what you're going to do, copy your image onto your computer, and then print the image out onto this paper. So once it's printed out, like I have here, I have, it's a bigger size block, so I had to slice the image in Photoshop, and then we'll match it up, and this is how it'll go onto the block. So if you're looking close, it didn't really get everything really great, which I'm a little disappointed by. I just got this printer off of Facebook Marketplace. I got it for $30. So it is possible when these stripes happen like that on your paper that you need to clean your printer. So that is something that I'm going to try and do, and then maybe I can get a better result for the printing here, because this is not as good as I think it could be. So I'm going to go ahead and try and clean the printer out and then print this again, and hopefully it'll come out a little bit better. So my printer is, I set it to a cleaning setting, so it's going to hopefully clean off those heads, and next time I print it'll come out a little bit better. So next I want to tell you what else you're going to need to do the gel transfer. You're going to need a gel medium. Here I have one from Liquitex. I got it from, I think, a Joann's fabric. I used a coupon, so it was $8. So I got this, and then you just need a clean brush, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put this gel medium onto our linoleum block once I have my stuff printed out how I want it, and then we'll put the paper over the block with the medium on it, squeeze out all the air bubbles, and we'll let it dry. Alright, so I cleaned my printer, I printed it again. It actually turned out worse. I think I might need some more or new toner. I might need to clean the print heads again maybe, but my first one came out pretty well, so I think I'm just going to go with that. I got my image printed out here onto the label paper, and now I'll go in and I'll transfer it onto my block. So I've got my linoleum block here, and right now I'm just going to kind of cut this a little bit more to size. So I'm going to tape my print in place so that when I flip it over, it'll go exactly where I want it to. I'm taking the gel medium now, and I'm just gonna go light coat on this. So now I want to get out all of the air bubbles so that when I peel it off, it's as smooth as it can be. And I'm just using a popsicle stick here just to get all of those air bubbles out. You can see them, and a little bit of excess product is also going to be coming out. So we want to squeeze as much as that out as possible. Alright, so now that we started the gel medium transfer, it's going to dry overnight. You can wait up about to an hour or so to let it dry, but I'm just going to wait overnight just so that we know it's completely dry, and then tomorrow I'll take it off and then I can start carving. It's now the next day and my gel medium has dried, so I'm ready to peel off my paper from my block, and I did a little sneak peek earlier and it looks really good, so let's go ahead and peel it off all the way so we can see how good this transfer went. Okay, so like I said, I did do a teeny little peel earlier, and it's really interesting because you can see it's a little sticky kind of where the gel medium took. It looks beautiful so far. And there's a couple spots here that didn't transfer, so you can see. Oh yeah. Ooh! That, I'm super, super happy with how this turned out. Okay, so here is the transfer up close. And again, you know, we can see the streak marks. That's from, you know, my printer not being clean enough or maybe not having enough toner. But otherwise, all of these details are here. I can definitely follow this along. This is going to make my carving process so much easier. And I'm super, super hyped about this. So the next part of this video is just going to be kind of a time lapse of me carving this huge block here.
Okay, y'all, so it actually took me so long to carve this block. I have never done a block this size before with such small fine detail. Usually I do very like cartoon, very bold lines in my prints, and this was the first time I was like doing this extreme of detail. So yeah, these little flowers that I'm doing here are not flowers but plants that the farm worker has picked. Oh my goodness, took so long, but I really like how they turned out, so it was definitely worth hours and hours of carving. This is sped up, but this is like at least 3 hours of work just doing the vegetable leaves in the background. So yeah, that was definitely an endurance test, I guess. So yeah, but I really enjoyed carving this block. I think it was a great experience trying new things like the gel transfer, and then just trying to be really exact and detailed with this, with these leaves and everything else going on in the composition. I also, this like checkered design here, I never really done that before. I also did something similar on the farm workers plaid shirt tied around their waist, and so that also I thought I was really gonna mess up, but hey, it actually turned out decent, so I'm here for it. And then on this side here, I've really found it helpful to use this ruler to get those straight lines, and because you can have a steady hand, but it's still not as straight of a line as you want it to be when you're carving, so the ruler really helps me out a lot. Also check out, my little pumpkin nails. It was like Halloween week when I was filming this part, and so I would say the hardest part of this block maybe was the clouds. Like, I never done clouds before, and I actually had to edit it because I didn't like how they turned out. And then here I'm just jumping into my process of printing on my press. I actually had done a test print and didn't really like how my block was looking, so I went back in and that's why we have test prints, and I went back in and I kind of fixed everything that I was seeing needed some touch-ups, like the clouds and some other small details. So here, now that I did those adjustments, I'm just rolling out my ink really well, and the remainder of this video is just going to be a process of how I use my press. Sorry that my video is out of focus. It's really hard in my space. I couldn't see how the recording was looking. So anyway, it's a little out of focus, but you still get the gist of it. So just enjoy the rest of this. I printed this block a few times, and so this is just a process of how I use my school press, which I'm going to do another video about and go more in detail with that. This video is more focused on the gel medium transfer, but enjoy the rest of the video. Oh, and side note, my press here squeaks a bit. I know it needs some oil, so I'm gonna do that before I make my full video on how I use my press. So anyway, just ignore that. Alright, y'all, so this is the final print titled More Than My Labor. I really like how it turned out, and I really enjoyed making this video about this print. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Go ahead, like and subscribe, and also comment. Let me know if this was a helpful video for you, and I hope to see y'all next time. Bye.